Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to No Heroes Left Behind, season number 2, featuring here in Skytier Sunday today. We are going to see a match between Mokebas and Justabeater in a couple of seconds. And first of all, I want to welcome MataisG here on the show.
Yeah, happy to be here with you, Zaraghul. It's been a minute.
Yeah, it's been quite a time that we've been commentating a game together, right? It's quite a couple of
Yeah,
weeks or
yeah.
months.
I think not being able to cast Worlds and then taking this time off of Skytar Sunday, I've missed it. I'm happy to be back in the seat.
Yeah, nice, nice. Yeah, I can't wait to just jump into the game. So I'm going to do so that everyone can follow. Um, yeah, so players already have set up the game so far. If you want, we can talk a little bit beforehand about the decks, if you like so, or the starting conditions. I'm going to have a look at Justabeater right now. So we are going to see a full Nupton deck here.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how that develops. I think that's kind of been something we've seen with No Hero Left Behind is how people choose to do those decks in the opening weeks.
Mm.
With some players like Justin Bieber, it's like just send it through the faction, and then as you get into those later weeks, you start getting creative. But then you can see kind of the opposite side with Mokebas, where he's kind of already cherry picking certain different bits of faction that he wants to play there.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm switching over there right now. So we see a mixture of a green, red, and a blue hero there. Okay, green is there in total as a color, so can be used by all the heroes. But yeah, we already see some interesting picks right over here. Okay, so I'm going to ping so that they know that they can start. So I'm curious about the victory conditions.
Yeah, I am as well.
Okay, okay, we
Oh,
have
okay.
This is we have an interesting combination. So it's going to be Skytier Master. Um, it's going to be Hunting for Power and Siege. Um, yeah.
Yeah.
So let's see who's going to pick what. I'm not sure who won the dice throw here.
Yeah.
Throwing dice is so crazy. Yeah? I mean, in a game without dice, this is really
So we do
crazy.
see it looks like Just a Beater electing to go second.
Okay. So Mokebas is going to be first player there.
For the ancestors.
Yeah,
You
a
know,
lot of
I
the ancestors is Mokebas uh, outsider, right? Yeah,
yes. Yeah, so choosing his own. And then Mokebas is going to start off our draft here. It's kind of an interesting set of victory conditions with Siege being almost utterly lane focused. You have to really invest into both to make that work or send it really late. But with that Hunting for Power and Skytear Master and Lord of Ancestors,
yeah,
I have a feeling we're going to see an interesting fight for the Dome.
yeah, absolutely. So Mokebas is going to pick Sakoshi first. So the so-called worst hero in the game is is jumping right into the game as first hero. Interesting. Jasabita is going to pick Shafati and Haburat and already placing them on the left side, so on lane number 2.
Yeah, definitely a bit more of an aggressive look out of those first two heroes drafted. But with them both being melees, if he does try to go into the lane with them, Sakoshi will get some value out of his ability there.
Yeah, I'm interested. I mean, in the end of the day, you're going to play all the heroes that are available in the game actually.
Hmm.
So interesting combinations. Okay, Hogosai as hero number 2 and Doomies.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So
So
more of a
I do kind of
control.
I do kind of think, looking at Mokebas' list, you can kind of see that that core red green set is maybe who he was leaning further towards playing. Um, as we see with a lot of the no hero left behinds, people might actually have figured out like the exact four heroes they're going to play, and then they're just kind of tagging a few along in their list depending on how they strategize through the weeks.
That sounds totally reasonable. Um, we see on Justabeater's side, we see Akuti as a pick number 3 on lane number 1. So which is a pretty controllish hero, and now deciding between Shadris or Kenui.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm actually, yeah, it depends on the the target or the victory condition that you're going to follow. So we can see here big decisions already made just by drafting heroes. And in the end, it's
We
going
do
to
see
be
the Shadris.
Shaders. Okay, interesting. So 3 red, yellow heroes, 1 yellow blue hero, and last hero on Mokeba's side is going to be Akla. So we have
Yeah,
two.
this is a man after my
Yeah,
heart. I'm happy with this.
yeah. I know, I know. Me too, me too.
I
Yeah,
think that positioning out of Mokebas does kind of signal that he's not as invested into this potential siege victory condition. Um, Probably looking at Skytear Master and maybe trying to use that Lord of Ancestors to potentially just keep the pressure in lane one. Because that's the beauty of siege, right? Is if you're winning lane one um, consistently, then you can never lose to siege.
that's true. That's true.
So
Yeah,
he'll have the advantage at pressuring for a potential nexus, or just if he takes the dome, Lord of the Ancestors will stem any bleeding that he's losing in the lane.
yeah. I mean, yeah, taking, yeah, as you said, taking constantly the dome means more control in the lane as well. I mean, it's a big outsider for both players, especially if Just a Beater might be interested in doing more of the control game, so Siege. But the options are still there for a hunting for power, maybe through Haburat or Shafati. Um, Interesting in how he's going to develop the game then. I mean, he's in the
Mm-hmm.
advantage of going second there, obviously. So he can have a look first on what Mokebas is going to lean on. So
Yeah, and I
this
think
is,
denying Doomies the ability to go second is going to be pretty crucial for him as well. Being able to kind of react to wherever he chooses to put that extra influence each turn is pretty powerful.
yeah. So hello to everyone who's hanging around with us in the YouTube channel. Welcome to the show. Welcome to Skyche Sundays. Um, we already have some questions or remarkings. So Giacomo, who is nearly always first in the chat, wants us to ask us Mokebas about the photo in a post-game interview. So we will for sure cover that because that's an awesome, incredible photo. Shout out to all the Brazilian viewers here right now. There are a couple of. Um, and yeah. So who else do we have there? Oh yeah, Tapeworm is already there as well. Welcome, Tape. Rafa Nunes, hello. Yeah, Sakashi is getting too much hate. Totally.
So we do see Mokebas letting it start with the Doomies, presumably taking this move, worship, and attack, loading up a minion. Oh, nope, he does have the barricade to save himself an action here.
Yeah, that's crucial. Action saving is so important. You only have
Mm-hmm.
3 action points, so this is crucial. Totally crucial
I
to the
mean,
game.
just having Doomies able to move, attack, load that minion, and lead uh, does mean that he can essentially win that lane on his own, um, or at least tie with the Akuti, who's already there.
Yeah. And he's going to lead from hand. So pretty strong start. We suppose that's going to be a 3 mana lead. So a big one. Yeah, it's 3 Doomies Carnage for 2 with a minion and another 2 minions there in the lane. That's already a big pressure.
Yeah, and we could potentially see Akuti um, going and trying to attack that pillar. Mokebas has left it in kind of a vulnerable spot, possibly as bait, hoping to save that minion on Doomies for a later turn or something.
Hmm.
That's always an option. But at minimum, Akuti versus Doomies is going to be a tie. But that does assume, I think, a Whisper of Nupton has to come out. So
Yeah,
Kuti can't move, worship, attack, and lead.
yeah, sounds like a valid option. So we see Shafati worshipping, so bringing down his illusion. Through a skirmish action, he's able to predict one of his cards in the deck, actually. Um, so this is going to help to set up a lead, a blind lead from deck, which has happened actually.
Yeah, and that was a nice predicted lead. So we do see at least just a little bit of pressure going into lane two. I'm curious to see if he responds with Sakoshi,
No, he's
especially.
okay. Mokebas
Oh,
is activating Akla, so
yeah.
this is also an interesting option. Okay, getting rid of the illusion.
Mhm.
What are you going to expect? Is he going to place another pillar? I mean, he's within 3 of the pillar there at the
It
side, and
could just
so his
could
ability is
yeah.
triggered, but there aren't pillars to, let's say, okay, skirmish. Is he going to move into the
Huh.
lane? He is. Okay. I
Interesting.
This is interesting. I also I was also thinking about he goes for the dome. I
It's a bit
mean,
of an overinvestment, right?
yeah,
So early. Like
yeah,
now, Justabeater has the opportunity to just kind of abandon that lane for the round and guarantee himself the dome.
yeah. Sounds yeah. That absolutely. I mean, he's got 3 activations left, and for sure you can then take the dome.
As well as going second. It's going to be maybe it's just kind of a preventative thing. It stops that lane from potentially getting tied. Um, but with the way Justabeater is set up,
Mhm.
if he doesn't have the Whisperers of Nupton, then Doomies was winning that lane guaranteed. I'm not so sure why Aqua was in there. Maybe he just really hates Sakoshi Illusion, like doesn't want to let him get those lead from decks and perhaps build a better card advantage as the turns go on.
Yeah, I'm not totally into that activation of Akla, actually.
But I mean, then again, that is kind of part of where some of these heroes can struggle on turn one, like
Hmm.
Akla without his worship being super proactive. His best move was to move, attack somewhere, and possibly lead. But with do you really want Akla to be your lead in the dome when you're looking down a Habarat? And do you lead in the lane where
Yeah,
Doomies is already leading? It makes sense. You either were going to attack that illusion or you were going to attack that minion in lane one.
yeah.
So do see Shadris getting out early, possibly losing a uh, a
Yep.
shove on the last activation from him.
Yeah, those last activation push effects are pretty valuable. Pretty valuable, actually. So it's a Whisper of Nupton. A Whisper of Nupton.
Get Shafathi Illusion back out. Interesting. See that level of priority given to it.
Hmm. Yeah, seems to be pretty important to Justabeater's strategy to always have Shafati's illusion on the board.
Yeah, and it does look like both times he's skirmished and predicted, he's liked what he saw and he's chose to lead with it. So if that is the case, then it's paying off. If they're actually both threes.
So why do you position Shader's illusion right adjacent to Akla's position? What do you think?
I I'm thinking Habarat or Akuti is trying to end their activation adjacent to it. Either Habarat ending it adjacent and in the dome, or Akuti ending it adjacent in the lane, or both. But just kind of from Mokebas's starting positioning, it does feel like you're going to have to lean your heroes towards lane one. But if you're winning the dome with Habarat and Akuti is trying to contest that lane, then I think that positioning makes sense.
Okay.
And having Shafathi kind of starting out the game in that far lane and getting at least a slow push started in it, I think he's probably the right hero choice with that. Being able to swap later on and fully invest in lane one as Mokebas continues to push it.
Yeah. Yeah. So pretty interested. I don't think that Haburat is going to jump there and try to deal damage to Akla, because it's not necessary to get over there to lane number one. So let's see what Mokobas is going to do with Sakoshi here. Okay, moving out to lane number two. I think he's just going to kill. Is he going to kill a minion? No.
I mean, if he
Rethinking.
kills it and leads, he could win that lane and kind of denial that investment from Shafathi. But I don't know how I feel about leaving Sakoshi out on his own like that to get jumped by a Habarat.
Yeah, that's always the risk as a marksman that you can just melt your HP in front of an assassin. Okay, so we see another time a marksman moving into the dome, killing Shafali's illusion, and then what's going to
Let's see
be?
if this one stays in here.
I don't think so.
That is not a spot you want to be in within three of that Habarat there.
No, it's just a movement and then you're dead. This is, you don't want to stay there.
Saw Mokabas's cursor for a second there, hovering over Habarat's card, probably thinking, oh, this a little bit of a dangerous spot.
Yes. Will he hurt or won't he? Yeah, and I mean, you can already figure it out with the miniature. So if you just have a look at a two-bladed guy with a mask, you don't want to confront him, actually.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not sure about him ending in that lane. That seems like kind of a waste unless Hokusai is going to also be ending there and trying to make it actually a win in that lane. I love my marksmen, but I'm not so sold on their utilization just yet.
No. Yeah, I mean, even health points are kind of a resource, right, in the game, but
Hmm.
if you have none left, so the hero doesn't have any value anymore in the game, actually. So yeah, you have to be quite cautious about that one. Okay, Haborat is going to activate. Um, and time
Oh, geez.
glitch. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. So let's put that on screen sometime. There we go. Time glitch, apply fast to the caster. You may remove a condition from them. So no condition actually on Habarat, but he can move 5 hexes. And there we go.
Gonna run it up on Akla.
Even worshipping, so he's going to attack with a 5 double plus, right? Right
Yes.
into
Oof.
Akla's face, I suppose.
Doesn't
Or
seem like there was
a reaction.
a response, so
No, and the
it's a
plus
plus
2.
two.
Yeah, so 7.
Ooh.
Yes. One attack down to 8 HP.
That's yeah, this is a dangerous position. So I guess on the upside, Mokebas does still have kind of a guaranteed win almost in lane one. Akuti could move, attack, and lead, and they're still losing in that lane. We do see Hokusai go over and basically give up the dome here to just the Shadress. Akuti's going to be free to get kind of maximum value out of her activation. Moving and skirmishing. Huh.
Okay.
He has to lead there for this to be worth it. Yeah. That's Habarat. Or Hokusai.
Okay.
I mean, so here's the tricky part: is I can look at this turn one, and maybe come out thinking maybe Justabeater has a little bit of an advantage, getting some more damage, getting presumably the dome, and probably lane one.
Mm.
But at the same time, with these victory conditions, I don't know how valuable that is because, like, you do get your point on Skyturn Master, but are you actually going to be killing the outsider? And with Mokebas guaranteeing that turn or lane two victory, Siege is going to be so much further off the table. Maybe Nexus is what you're actually gaining the most progress towards there.
Phew. Yeah, that's a good question there actually. So I think Akudi is doing her thing now. Oh, she
Oh,
isn't.
whoa.
Oh, and that's a long way, moving from lane 1 in the mid over there to. Okay, she's leading. Why is she
These.
leading? I mean,
So I guess that card on top that she predicted was, or he predicted was not a three.
okay, so that could be the only reason to do so. I mean, you will have a look at the cards when they now resolve the lanes.
Yeah.
So Doomies, yeah, with a 3 for sure. So that's going to just
Shoves that all the way
yeah,
up.
shoves that all the way up against the turret, right?
Mm-hmm. Not a bad positioning to be in. And Doomies will lose the minion that he's loaded. Impactful for sure.
Yeah.
Lord of the Ancestors is going to have to put in some decent work. I'm curious to see where they feel he's worth his while.
Yeah, might
Into
dep
Doomies,
mm,
you almost have to wonder if like sending your minions in Doomies' lane across the map could possibly be a good thing, as it takes one of those potential ammo points away from
that's true.
him.
That's true. Okay, Hogosai leading with a 3 as far as I could see. Is it
Mm-hmm.
a draw there? Seems to
It
be a
is a
draw.
draw.
Okay.
Shafathi's lead from deck that he had predicted was an exhaustion.
Okay. Wow.
Maybe I
What?
kind of like that. Just it's just like constant fake outs. We see a predicted lead from deck and we always assume it's a three, but It's interesting.
Ay, 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 ay. Oh my God. Yeah, it's I don't know. I don't know what to say. Interesting. I mean, you just could take someone into the wrong direction, but yeah, I don't know
Hmm.
what the price is actually. So you had to invest a whole activation of a hero that who was nearly on the far side of another lane.
Hmm.
That's yeah, pretty much.
I mean, I feel like if you were going to go for that kind of bait, like getting Mokebas to invest those two heroes in lane two, you probably had to win lane one to make that worth your while.
Yeah, yeah. Where to put Lord of the Ancestors? Yeah, he has to spawn adjacent to one of the minions, to a friendly minion, and then we're going to see an attack on one of Mokebas minions there, kicking that one off the board. So only 3 minions left.
Will likely
So
be spawning another one here. I don't think moving the control point is going to be all that valuable. So
no,
using
but
that outsider skill one, invoke the ancestors. He gets a new friendly minion.
mm, yeah, what else do you want to do? Do you want one of the friendly minions on the battlefield on lane number 2, moving to lane number 1 to help out?
Yeah. Or does he maybe go the other direction? We can't really tell if his idea is he wants to try and swing lane one back, or does he actually want to win lane two? I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
skill number 3. So he's getting one of the minions on lane number 2 over to lane number 1, which I
Gotcha.
think should be a nice idea actually.
It does deny
Um,
Doomies the cover hex as well if he puts it there,
yeah,
but
yeah. I
opts not to.
first, yeah. I was thinking as well. First ideas sounded good.
So he's putting up a good defense in lane one. It's going to be pretty difficult for Mokebus to fully swing that, especially with Habarat right there breathing down Akla's neck.
Hmm.
Um, Doomies will kind of be left on his own to try and push that lane. So maybe we see just utterly trying to dominate that Akla and secure more Skytier Master points in this next round.
Yeah, sounds like a plan. I mean, um, if you happen um, to get around a siege loss, if you can protect yourself against siege and you can round by round get the Skytier Master points into the game, that sounds actually like a plan. And I mean, Habarat is a good counter or perfect counter to Akla actually. So I don't see how Akla could nail down the outsider, for example. I mean, he has a super good ultimate that could come in handy in round number 3 to blast the Lord of the Ancestors away. But I don't see him surviving until there.
Yeah, and Lord of the Ancestors is a pretty beefy outsider. Having that armor, the 19 HP, um, he's probably one of the harder ones to kill, especially with no piercing coming out of Mokebas and Green Red being, I think, one of the worst faction combinations in terms of getting damage out of hand, especially at
Mm,
reaction speed. You hit Lord of Ancestors and he runs, and Green Red really can't
yeah,
do anything to stop that.
yeah, unless you play Sinkhole, and that could
Yeah,
be a
yeah,
possible way of playing actually in round number 2, as Mokobas has the Skyter Flux as an option actually.
yes. And speaking of that Skytar Flux, we do also have, I believe we have a Dragon Punch in the lineup for Mokebas. So that could be a big potential turn in this lane one, is that Doomy's Dragon Punch play.
Ooh. Oh, that could hurt. Yeah, actually. Yeah. So you could kill right away 3 minions off the board and
Hmm.
keep them on the Doomies hero card.
It would be requiring a move, a skirmish,
One,
and
two,
an
three.
attack.
Yeah, yeah,
That Lord of Ancestors kind of getting in the way of that ideal spot for action efficient dragon punching.
yeah, absolutely. That's a good positioning. I mean, if you bait and Akla attacks the outsider actually. I don't know
Yeah,
what
yeah.
Justabeater is going to do. Is he just going to try and kick one of the minions off the board, or will he
Hmm.
run with a lot of the ancestors?
Yeah, and I mean, going for that bait, you do at least get the card from Akla. But we do
Oh,
see Akla here going, taking a move,
yeah.
sticking in the lane, deeper into enemy position.
I don't like that placement actually. A
Oh,
life steal. Okay,
now that I do like.
that's a good idea actually.
Not a card we see very often, but this is a good use of it.
So I'm going to put it on
Go ahead
screen.
and
When a caster damages an enemy with an attack or skirmish action, the caster heals for the amount of damage dealt. So, what did
taken
he
back
do?
up by 5.
Oh yeah, just by killing a
Or,
minion, right? Yep,
hmm.
nice.
So that almost undoes the damage that he had previously taken, and definitely, that's a good use of a card we don't see very often.
Yeah, yeah, I like to.
Almost using Akla as bait.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is a skirmish against the outsider, right? I
Is
I
that
th
who he had
I,
pinged?
I think he pinked the outsider, didn't he?
Well, he flipped a +0, so there's no damage dealt, and thus no reaction.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, actually. He needed to flip a +2 then, or a one. No,
Yeah,
one is
maybe.
already
Well, I guess if you
a
hit,
damage technically.
yeah, if you hit the one, then there would still be a response, which maybe that's what he wanted to bait out. So now we have Justabeater debating his final action here. Or he might have just been dropping that skirmish, trying to eke out a little bit more lifesteal healing,
Mm,
because you only have to damage, so trying just to get that extra +1 or +2 to get him a little closer to full health, maybe.
okay, he might want to stay there actually through the ping. Yeah, end of activation. Okay, so Akla is going to stay in that position actually. I mean, he's just one hex away from Haburat. I mean, he's up at 13 HP actually again. So that would require another nice attack action by Haburat and even more efforts to just kick him off the board. So that was a nice use of lifesteal actually.
Yeah, and Justabeater's list that he's running here, despite being nothing, he doesn't really have any damage out of hand until turn 3 when he gets his soul screams.
Hmm.
So that Aqua's pretty safe, with Habarat probably dealing around 6 to 8 damage, and Shadris can go in and attack for possibly like another 3 or.
Yeah. Yeah, Shadris isn't the hero that you are fearing, actually, in Akla's position. Maybe Shafati. Um,
Yeah,
but
Shafati could get over there.
yeah, yeah. Depending on Justabeater's hand, he might have another Whisper of Nupton in hand. So
Mhm.
possibly Shafati could play that and just put his illusion down and get over there quicker. I'm not sure if that is super useful there in that situation, but could just be an idea. Predicting the
Yeah.
flip could be a good idea.
This is definitely kind of a hard game to read what these players are going for. Such a strange set of victory conditions for it. Where Skytear Master feels like it's the obvious one, but then we have 7 heroes in the lanes turn 1.
Yeah, that's strange, right? So you have like two victory conditions around outsider. So that's the interesting part. So I think they both were like, okay, that's too obvious. He might go for something with the outsider, but don't forget about the lanes. So I'm going for the lanes. This is the actual
Yeah.
situation. You're like, yeah, I'm going to bait you. No, I'm going to bait you.
I mean, it's so tempting when you see that this set of victory conditions just start
Yeah,
piling the dome. Uh, and you saw so much restraint with Akla stepping in, attacking that, maybe thinking he's going to stick around. Ah, no, he's going into the lane. Sakoshi
yeah,
goes in, does the exact same routine.
yeah. Interesting.
Mm.
Just like taking a glimpse at the dome. Yeah, okay, nice fresh air here, but I'd like to stay in the lane. Yeah, crazy. Yeah,
It's like a difficult decision on what to do here for Justabeater. He's probably as confused as we are.
yeah, yeah. I mean, there might be obviously there is not the one way that is too obvious to just step on it. So there might be too many options, and you want also consider or think about the options that your opponent has. Okay, we see
Joseph
Haberat
Haberat.
activating.
Maybe he's just going to start beating on Akla again, but the lifesteal is definitely a little bit. It definitely makes it feel a little bit less worthwhile.
Yeah. Um, he needs to defend the lane. Okay, so that's obviously his plan.
Yeah, goes and
Um,
gets that minion.
yeah. Oh, +3. What has been flipped there? Was it an ultimate? Did
Yes,
you
it
see?
was a Cooties ultimate.
Okay, okay. One of the not so super useful ultimates here actually in the
Yeah.
game. um,
And he does deny a pretty good position from Doomies.
yeah,
Kind of going to be forcing Doomies into that brush location. And that probably stops him from doing any shenanigans with like a dragon punch.
yeah, but still, Doomies then is in quite a good positioning, so Habarat isn't able to see him, won't be able to see him, and he still
Hmm.
can grab one of Justabeater's minions, put it on the hero card, as he would stay within 3 hexes around the pillar. Yeah, yeah. You might want to bring maybe I don't know, Shadris or maybe Akuti back on lane number 1. Um, it's still a move and a skirmish to be within 3 of the control token, but it might be
Hmm.
worth it. And you could
Yeah.
easily jump with Shadris outside into lane number 2 if necessary. Okay.
Yeah. And so this will show us we can after this Doomies completes the activation, we can roughly calculate um, just how much influence there's going to be in that lane, and maybe those remaining two minions can soak it all up, and it'll be fine. And you can invest everyone else elsewhere. So long as you avoid that one damage, you're kind of in the clear here.
Absolutely.
So in terms of heroes and figures on the board, Mokebas does have 4 plus his 1 loaded on Doomies to make it a solid 5 influence plus a lead from hand. So we're assuming 8. Habarat and plus his minions totaling up to 3. He would need to get a 3 on that lead from deck to avoid any damage to the tower.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure you really bank on that.
No. No. Me neither. Um, okay, we did see nearly half of round number 2 here. So, dear chat, what do you think is going to be the victory condition here in this game? What are your predictions here, actually? Um, for myself, as you already said, it's quite difficult. You don't want to lose through siege, so that's going to be hell of a work for Justabeater. If you are not able to take one of the enemy heroes out, so one of Mokebas heroes off the board, it's always going to be a threat, especially with Doomies. And you need to deal on that threat on lane number 1, so you might maybe switch Shaders out into lane number 2, and yeah, depending on what is going to happen there, so that Acuity can help in lane number 1. I'm not sure what they are going for. If the option is there, then Justabeater already has a point on Skytime Master. He might want to go into that direction and try not to lose through siege.
Yeah.
And
I'm going to
Mokebas,
be.
what do you think? Mokebas is trying to get victory by siege, obviously.
I think I'm gonna go ahead and make my prediction here for a siege by Mokebus on 3.
Wow. Yeah.
I don't know exactly how he's going to pull that off, but if Justabeater fails to respond to this lane 1 and lets Doomies get that 1 damage in on the tower, uh, Doomies has a lot of power to stop that Skytier Master win from happening. So I think he's got a good shot at making it work.
Yeah, absolutely. So that could actually totally happen. Yeah. So you even as the first player, you're forcing Justabeater in a big decision here right now. Actually, he's going to activate Shafati. So I'm curious what is going to happen here. He might want to drop his, yeah, there he goes with his illusion. So this illusion now in this game could be crucial, actually.
Yeah. Really, really invested in getting these predictions off Shafati this game. It's been 2 worships and a Whisper of Nupton, all invested on it. Likes what he sees again. He's going to lead with it.
Did
It's the
did you
whole activation doesn't move.
yeah, did you see how many hexes he did move? 0. He was just predicting from deck.
I mean, he's got 6 cards in hand. Was that necessary?
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, 6 cards, and if you win something like if you win a lane or if you win the dome again, you get another card and you're at 7 and you draw another 2 at the end of the turn. So yeah, I'm not too bought on this one. I'm not sure. Oh, and more people here. Smears is here with us. Eric, Brian, hello guys. How are you? What do you think how the game is going to end here, guys? Let us know. Yeah. What is Mokebas going to do? He has some pressure on lane number 1, so you just put more pressure on lane number 2 there. You want to win and you want to get closer to the tower so that you can deal the damage in round number 3. So you prepare for that. And
Yeah.
if you achieve this in this turn, during this turn in lane number 1, then I think he can force totally on lane number 2.
Hmm.
And even, as you said, maybe through Doomies, through an attack movement skirmish, for example, into the dome and still within 3 of one of the pillars, then he could do something like a minion presence there, right?
Yeah, yeah. Try and just stave off a potential Skytear Master. I'll be curious to see if Mokebus lets it get to one within winning off of that, just because Siege feels like it can be such an unreliable victory condition to go after.
Mhm.
Um, but with Skytear Master resolving last, if you're confident you can make that siege happen, then all the more power to you.
Mhm. Okay, so we see Tailworm going with Skytear Master, Brian with Hunting for Power, and Smears is suggesting a Nexus. Okay, so no
Oh yeah,
one,
Nexus is also on the table.
yeah, but still no one of us has a clue. This is perfect. Yeah,
I do love
nice.
this hunting for power prediction. I don't know how that one's gonna happen, but I look forward to it. That'd be the most fun.
Yeah, especially as you said, it's pretty difficult um to nail a lot of the ancestors down here in the position.
Yeah.
I mean, as I said, Akla is capable of killing him right away if he is at half HP. Um, and you prepare a little
That's
bit. Yeah, but you need to
that's still a lot of damage you have to get him to. Like
yeah,
that's
that's true.
10 health you got to get through.
Yeah.
It's a rough one.
Yeah, that's what Brian is saying as well. Like Akla ultimate, it's happening. And Eric, as always, is going with one of the control victory conditions. So Siege seems hard. He's going to go with Nexus as well, like Smeals. Interesting.
Yeah, I think it'll definitely come down to how much Justabeater chooses to continue defending lane one. If maybe he just keeps on investing and he can stave off a Nexus, but man, it's a strange game. What a weird
Yeah,
set of victory conditions.
yeah, but I love the setup. It's so, I mean, every game is so different, just through the victory conditions, just
Hmm.
through heroes that you're bringing to the table or decisions that you made beforehand, like what am I going to play today? What am I going to put into my deck? So this is, I mean, that's the awesomeness of Skyter, right?
Yeah, and I remember last year playing in No Hero Left Behind. It cranks that up to 11, where once you get into those later rounds, it's like I'm
Hmm.
running this crazy rainbow list, they're running their crazy rainbow list, and then you flip a bunch of weird victory condition combos, and you have such strange, strange games where, they're memorable. You come away kind of almost questioning if that really happened. It's
Yeah,
just like,
I
you would never see this in regular Skytear.
that it's true. I assume that um, you can't really build a deck around one certain victory condition, right? So you have to build the decks more versatile. Or how do you think, or how is your experience? How are the approaches?
Yeah, I think looking at these players' decks, you do see a little bit of that, where normally you might build your heroes kind of tailoring them to victory conditions, but if you know you're pretty keen on bringing a few of them, you might build them a little bit more scattered, and we see a lot more one and two ofs in these players' decks. Um, perhaps just trying to fill them with tools, knowing that they can't fully prepare for like a breach or an onslaught to show up on the field.
Yeah, they can't go like all in on something special, right?
Yeah, and Mokebas does end his first hero in the dome. Sakoshi's sticking with his guns, actually going to stay in there.
Yeah, and actually he did enter the dome, kicked Shadra's illusion off the board with an attack
Yeah,
action, and then we had a lead from deck. Okay, that's not too confident in winning the dome in the end,
yeah.
because
Not
it's a
sure I
bit.
value that attack on the Shader's illusion over just an attack on a minion before he left that lane. Uh,
Ooh,
I'm not
yes,
sure what getting rid of Shader's illusion really does here.
yeah, especially in that position. Uh, he is not going to deal damage to Habarat, for example. If you moved somewhere
Hmm.
else, I mean, Habarat is already activated, so that illusion is pretty, let's say, useless right now, or has been
I guess
useless.
it maybe shuts down a location for materialize, but how about illusion's still in the dome? Leaves that open. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, killing off a minion before entering the dome could have been the way to go, actually, because you then put more pressure on lane number two. It's more difficult to defend, especially.
Hmm.
I mean, there is already Akuti on lane number two, who's pretty awesome in killing off minions. So I think that could have been more of a value there, actually.
Yeah, yeah. You should already be expecting Akuti to kill two of your minions and put them a lead in that lane. So every little bit that you can keep in terms of your advantage there would have been important.
Yeah.
Um, so now we see another skirmish, surprise, surprise, out of Shadris, getting this prediction and throws away a strike terror there. To head right into the lane? Is he going to push Aquila into it?
Hmm. Yeah, why not?
Into the dome?
But why would you do this now and not first activate Akudi and let her do her stuff?
Hmm. I mean, Akuti's activation kind of lets you see a little bit more of what the opponent's going to do, which might have been a stronger move here. But we are seeing Aquila, I think, get pushed into the dome.
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah.
Yeah. And that Sakoshi is leading from deck. So definitely no guarantees that he wins that in a face-off with maybe just a Shafathi in the lead.
Hmm.
So with this, we do have one, two, three, four um, figures in lane one, plus two leads from deck, compared to the Doomies, who on his own is contributing two, plus another two. So more than likely, he's staved off any tower damage in lane one there.
Yeah, so Shadra's lead from deck is actually a predicted lead, right? So he skirmished right
No,
out.
he had thrown
Oh,
away
oh,
the
oh, yes.
strike terror.
Yeah, yes. Mm, now I got it. Okay, so yeah, there's no reason for Hogosai to enter the dome as well. I suspect him auto win the dome. He's skirmishing
Skirmishing away,
away. Why do you want to
flux.
flipping the flux? And we are going to see what? A dragon punch?
Dragon punch.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a good position for a dragon punch. Okay, I was just thinking about what you said earlier. So,
Oh, it's the supernova on the flip for that attack there.
okay, so we won't see a supernova in the game actually.
So that does explain why he chooses not to attack that minion with Sakoshi there.
Yeah, okay, makes sense.
And then heads into the dome. Okay. So
Hmm, interesting.
lot
Why?
lot of minions killed, but
Wh-
this triple investment, I guess delaying Skytear Master for a turn?
Yeah, but why do you enter? Why
You're
don't you
still gonna
stay?
lose lane 2 here.
Yeah, why didn't he stay in lane number 2 and play lead? Even
Yeah,
from deck, could have helped enormously.
yeah. Now Akudi just has to worship, attack, and lead, or just lead and attack. Like she can win that on her own, and Shafathi's just free to do whatever he wants.
Yeah. So Eric has some questions. First of all, he thinks giving up Skytime Master for the turn, interesting, seems okay. Yeah, you're late to the party, Eric, but um, don't hesitate to ask more question. Matthijs, uh, have you been rooting pretty hard for the double marksman team?
I mean, I'm happy about it. I'm a little confused by it sometimes, but I'm happy about it.
Yeah,
I think they've mostly just attacked illusions.
yeah, that's interesting, actually. And yeah, as you are mentioning this, Eric, we also don't think that Augustai did need to go to the dome. Lead in lane two
Yeah.
seems more valuable. Yeah, yeah, I'm also
And we
with that
do see
one.
a materialize out of Akudi to go and defend lane 1 here.
Rampant Hatred turn 4? No, turn 3? Sorry, turn 3. Yeah, Rampant Hatred turn 3 could be an option.
Yeah.
Hmm. But also Smears thinks
Uh,
that a leading in lane should have been better.
so there is one interesting thing about Justabeater's list, and it is his triple materialize that he's choosing to run here.
Oh, I missed that
Uh,
one.
I think coming into action with Akudi flying over to that lane, and I think with that overinvestment into the dome, it's very likely that we see Justabeater swing both lanes in his favor here.
Yeah, incredible. This is the use of this card, incredible. I'm going to put it
Yeah,
on
and
screen.
The Akudi killing minions in both lanes right there. Beautiful.
Yeah, that's beautiful. So you put down the illusion on one side of the board, just jump over to another side of the board and attack there, get the most value out of it on both lanes at the same time. Incredible. Yeah, so Materialize lets you place the caster on a hex containing a friendly illusion, and as Shadow's illusion has been placed there near control token number 1, it was an easy flight for Akudi. Wow. And moving. Yeah. Into a
Gets
cover
nicely
hex.
into a
Why not?
cover hex. Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Wow, looking pretty good there.
Yeah, he doesn't have to fear a single there actually in turn number 2, as Hogosai already used the Sky to Flux.
Yeah.
So,
So the thing is, if he wins all these lanes, I just don't know what that does towards these victory conditions. If anything, it almost just feels like it delays any victory condition by a turn. If anything, he's setting up to go long for sure.
okay. It's still, I mean, the control token has moved 2 hexes, which isn't too bad actually. But still, you're in range of tower number 1 on Justabeater's side of the board. Um, yeah, still dangerous there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
The
just you.
lane
You
two
just
one.
need to deal 1 damage in both lanes, right? So
Yeah.
yeah,
Maybe we see these players start investing a bit more heavily into Skytar Master this next turn. Trying to set up a turn forward. Wow, all three lead from decks showing up as threes here. I think one of those was predicted, the Shafathi lead,
I think
but
so. Yes. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He used the skirmish. Yeah. It didn't even move.
And Sakoshi did have a 2.
Yeah,
So
no,
a
no
lot
lead
of
needed.
cards about Justabeater's hand here. He's been building it pretty heavily, taking all these leads from deck. I'm curious to see what he's going to have, as he's got 9 cards to choose from at the end of this round.
Mm. What will Mokebas do with the outsider? What do you expect him to do? Use it for lane number 2, maybe?
Maybe you push that control token back to the center.
Yeah, that was a thought I had as well. Could be useful in that case, actually.
Yeah, you can still send a minion across to lane 1 if you're more concerned with building that defense over there. Um,
Yeah. You
it's
spawn one in lane number 2, send him over to lane number 1, and move that control token back into the middle.
Yeah, and that probably also removes hunting for power as a victory condition on the other side of the map. And it could mean that he has the Lord kind of pinned in a corner for his marksman to try and get there and reach them, and Hogasai to get some good damage on him. So I
Hmm.
think if this game continues to kind of be stalled like this, hunting for power and an almost like desperation move could show up.
Oh, why would you put him adjacent to Shafati? Okay,
Yeah.
this is
This
better.
makes much more sense. Oh, okay.
Still undecided, right?
Oh, he
Yeah.
moves, and then I think so. He spawns, moves, then moves the control token.
Okay.
Then I assume spawn a minion.
What? What?
I think
What's
he's
happening?
taking a ranged attack on a Cootie's illusion.
Which can't happen.
Okay, there we go.
Oh my God.
Now we solved it.
Yeah, they solved it. Yeah, use those action buttons. We want to know what you're doing, guys. What's happening?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Easy to
Ah,
forget during the outsider.
yeah,
So we could possibly end up seeing them trying to beat up this Lord of Ancestors for hunting for power. If the marksmen are particularly good at anything, it's chasing him down and making sure they can keep getting their hits in.
yeah. So I think he used the attack on the illusion, move the control token and spawn a minion.
Mm-hmm.
Was it spawn a minion? Yeah, I think so, yes.
I think so, yes.
Hmm.
I think maybe he was confusing this spawn with the terror spawn conditions, spawning him in the cover hex instead of adjacent to the minion.
Yes. Yeah, could be the case, actually. Yeah, tape. It could feel more and more like hunting for power, actually. Um, yeah, Sakoshi could play Rampant Hatred, gets a +3, possible,
Yeah, he
and
definitely wants at least Hokusai to get that mark down. Or no,
yeah,
he can worship into it, yes.
still Hogosai would need line of sight to reduce the armor, right? So that's a
Yeah.
minus, let's say.
But you could see the Sakoshi goes ahead and worships onto the Lord, gets to kill a minion, and then plays the Rampant Hatred to try and go off. Start chasing him down and pumping some
Mm,
damage in.
yeah, Brian is mentioning that attacking the outsider is a good way to catch up on cards too. That's true. Actually, Mokebas is at 6 cards and Justabeater at 7. So yeah, you
Yeah.
can grow your hands.
Will help him hunt for that coma toxin too, if
Oh
that's a
yes,
potential win condition here.
yeah. Mark the outsider
Which
and kill a minion. Yeah,
terms,
yeah, you could mark the outsider and kill a minion. That's a good idea.
In terms of ultimates, I think we've only seen the supernova flipped for Justin or Mokebas, so we could see that that Aqua illusion coming down or Aqua ultimate coming down.
Yeah.
Possibly also a Doom just to help set things up.
Oh yes.
Or Boom, Boom.
Boom, boom. Boom is also a nice idea. So as we were talking about the ultimate, I just put it on screen. So Akla's ultimate is Coma Toxin. It's an action card. Defeat target enemy hero adjacent to a pillar if they have half or fewer of their starting HP. Okay, we are seeing what the hell is happening. Sakoshi is moving away from the outsider, worshipping on Haburat?
Okay,
Why?
I don't know what this. I guess it kills a
Ah, okay,
minion,
killing a minion. Okay.
but I don't know how productive this is. I mean, in Skytier, we like all of our actions to kind of be leading towards a victory condition, and I guess Skytier Master is what Mokebas has on his mind.
Leading from hand there. So yeah, you stay inside the dome, kill off a minion uh, on one of the crucial lanes, and you lead inside the dome. So it's 3, I suppose, leading from hand is quite valuable. Both players still need to win 2 rounds of Skytier Master to get the victory. Yeah, Eric as well is on the train. Like Mokebas really looks like he's going for Skytier Master. No, and Brian as well. So this seems to be Mokebas' actual victory
Mm-hmm.
condition. Uh,
Yeah,
why
using
would?
that Habra illusion to step into the dome,
Oh, nice.
we will
Yeah,
kill both of those minions and get even further in with the Kuti there. Nice use of Habra illusion there.
yeah. That's it's an underestimated illusion actually.
Mm-hmm.
So when a projected hero damages an enemy minion with an attack action, you may move them 1 hex. This is what happened actually with Akuti, so
And with her illusion damaging another minion right after, she does get kind of a double move out of it. And Mokebas pinging Kuti illusion for some reason. I'm not sure why.
hmm. I mean it's too late now. Why would you kill the illusioner? Yeah, I think it's only 1 hex that she's going to move because it states through an attack action, killing off a minion through an attack action, and the trigger
Oh, I see.
um, yeah, is after resolving the attack action. She may deal 1+ damage. It's not another
Yeah.
attack action.
So you
Technically.
only get your bonus moves off of Dragon Punches,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
yeah, yeah. So Tabe is also stating this. You only get 1 movement. Illusion's effect is not an attack action. Yeah. Yeah. So official confirmation by the master of Skytier rules. Thank you, sir.
So looks like Hokusai is going to be the next one to activate here.
Yeah, this
And
this
he's
round
going to
is
take a move.
this round is actually going to be faster. What the hell? Moving close to Akuti.
He's all inning on the dome. He wants the damage.
Yeah, that's the Brazilian style, I think. Like, come close to me and I beat you.
He's gonna drop a worship here onto Akuti and remove that one armor she's gaining. And I guess just let it rip. Gonna go for an attack.
Yeah. Go get some.
Flips both his Kurumo's judgments on this round here. And there we go. Doing a total of only, I guess, only 4 damage. Maybe not the highest damage out of a Hokusai turn there, but having her illusion armor kind of negated, Aqua will have a good opportunity to go ahead and start beating on her here.
Yeah, good question, Eric. Has Mokebas attacked heroes 0 times so far?
That was his first one.
Yeah, if I remember correctly. Okay, Haborat is activating and playing Unstoppable. Okay,
Okay, and
let me
Sakoshi is already next to his illusion.
let me find that Unstoppable. Apply Frenzy and Fast to the caster. So you just sneak into the dome and slashy slash. Okay.
Yeah, Sakoshi kind of
Yeah,
pre-prepped with that illusion there.
you want to move closer there, but still, if one of the heroes reacts with a sinkhole or something, you still have a problem. Or a slide could also potentially help you out there.
Let's see if he's got it. Otherwise, he's about to get hit for 7++ here.
Yeah. So Habarat. And we
Dodge.
see a
Lovely
dodge.
card.
After declaring the attack, we see a dodge played by Sakoshi. Jump over there right now. Do we dodge?
So he can't dodge anywhere that won't leave him vulnerable to a Shadris push, which I think is pretty significant here, considering Sakoshi has that lead from hand.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah, still Sheriff could reach him with the move skirmish and then you worship and then he pushes Sakoshi outside
Yeah,
of the dome, for example, to lane number 1, which leaves him pretty useless there.
yeah. And I wouldn't doubt that no matter where he runs, with those materializes, with unstoppables, with all of his time glitches and whatnot, he's got the ways to get close to him if he needs to push him out.
Okay, Habarat still wants to get a
It's a +3 on the
+3
skirmish.
plus the frenzy makes 5 damage, right?
Pretty good, yeah.
What did he flip? Was it an
He
ultimate?
flipped Shadris Ultimate.
Okay. So that won't be one of the options.
I think Sakoshi is still in a vulnerable position here, within 3 of Shafati. And we know he's got the
Dreams of
triple
Talot.
Soul Scream as well.
Why do you want to play Dreams of Talot? You don't want to place or use.
I think this is just damage. Aqua wants damage.
Yeah. Oh, is he going to use his ultimate against Akuti here? Maybe.
So he can't because he played the Dreams. I think it's just to get that worship damage off on her.
Yeah.
Uh, and then that
Okay.
pillar will help him maintain vision if she tries to get out of here somehow.
Yeah. Looking at that positioning, the ultimate is not an option.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so
So
3
3.
damage, or that should be 3
Yeah.
off of
Going
that
through.
flip.
Yeah. No
I
armor.
think they might be forgetting that she's got her armor negated here. Um, yeah, there we go.
Yeah, she's marked.
And then with an attack and a skirmish, she could get a good chunk more. Don't know if it's enough. Even if he would have to get 2+3s to kill her here on this.
That's a lot.
Yeah, quite unlikely.
+2, +1, so 5. Yeah, Akuri is down to 4 HP.
Yeah. I don't know
Yeah,
that you skirmish here. Maybe you just lead and grab insurance in case Sakoshi goes down. No,
still
he's going to
skirmishing.
choose the skirmish.
Mm.
Get more damage in. Oh, does get
There's
the 3 though. So you could kill her with a
uh
Doomies rocket.
no, you can't. Uh,
Uh,
at this
or
point.
when Doomies activates, you could rocket her and kill her. Oh, because she's already
No,
marked.
she's
Yes.
already marked, yeah, and
What
she's
a
already
bummer.
been activated, so I don't see that option,
Actually, a
unfortunately.
difficult 1 damage to pull off there. Doomie's gonna have to move, skirmish, and attack to make it work.
That's a lot of action points. Mm,
Shafathi gonna move.
so
Also, we
Ogosai still has 3 mana. Shield Slam, there we
uh,
go.
all right.
Uh,
That clears the Akuti out of there.
yeah, bye bye Akuti. That's 2 damage at least, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, piercing, so
Um,
yeah.
I'm just checking if they have any outs to this. It doesn't seem like it.
Why don't you wait until he ends with Shafati?
I'm not sure. I don't know what the start of Shafathi's activation is significant for there. Um,
Yeah,
doesn't exactly make a lot of sense to me either.
yeah, you could have done it just right away after the skirmish.
Yeah, and tried to at least maybe that card that you draw for dying could have been useful before Aqua was done with the activation or something. Um, I'm not so sure either.
Yeah, I'm not sold on this one. Declaring a skirmish, so he's going to predict the top card. Might want to prepare a lead or some damage against Akla.
So tosses away a Soul Scream from that skirmish prediction
Okay.
and gets the 1 damage on Sakoshi there. Gonna declare an attack. Okay.
Sakoshi is down to 9 HP, but this positioning now actually does
Ooh,
this
doesn't get
want?
any modifier though.
Uh, no, still Shadris can reach him. Okay, I was wondering if now Shadris isn't able to reach him anymore. But still able to move, skirmish, and then warship against Sakoshi and push him out of the dome.
Mm-hmm. And so now we do have Doomies as the final activation here for Mokebas. I'm curious if he continues this investment in the dome. His lead looks like he might be about to die. So maybe just a move, skirmish, and lead with that Doomies might be the play, but you're still vulnerable to Shaders pushing you out.
Yeah, 3. If you're able to block one of the hexes at the right of the dome, then you should be out of danger. Okay, attack on this minion there, right? No. Okay, right adjacent to the tower. Flipping a +3. You hate to
He
see
flips
this.
the dome.
Okay, so that's
And
Dumi's
boom, it's
ultimate.
off the table.
Yeah. Okay, attack, move. Where are you going to move? And skirmishing, maybe?
Maybe leads.
Lead. Why do you move there?
Just okay. What a
Hmm.
confusing turn. I mean, if Sakoshi dies here, he loses this lane anyway, or he loses the dome anyways.
Yeah, if he skirmished, let's say adjacent to Hogosai or Akla there, then I
Hmm.
could understand this. Because you then block the possibility. Yeah, this is okay. Justabeater's already moving his hand around there. Possible way to go. So let's see what Sheros is going to do. If
Hmm.
he's going to move skirmish and then warship.
Yeah, so a move skirmish attack is by no means a guaranteed kill on Sakoshi here. He would need some pretty good flips to make it work with Shadris. But with all those cards he's gone through, I gotta assume he's got either like a Soul Scream or
Acrobatics.
maybe Shafathi Ultimate.
Yeah,
So
Shafadi Ultimate can come in handy as well. Yeah, that's true. So acrobatics, if the caster has fast, move them 2 axes. Otherwise, apply fast to the caster. So Shadows is going to move 5 axes right adjacent there to Sakoshi into the dome. Okay, why
gets the
why
attack.
don't you just worship uh, and at the end push him outside of the dome and use maybe I don't know. What could you use? Do you need a lead in the
So I
dome?
don't recall if that Akuti lead is predicted or not. I don't believe it is.
Yeah, Akudi is dead. So
Oh, well, yeah,
there's
duly noted.
no lead in the dome. Yeah, but okay, it would have been 3 against 2 heroes, so no matter of lead.
So he can still attack him and then just worship and push him out, and he'll win the dome anyways, and then maybe kill Sakoshi with the Lord.
Ah, okay, yeah. That could be a way to go. Interesting. Mokebas seems to be thinking if there's any way to react against the attack. I mean,
Perhaps he's
yeah.
questioning the value of a sinkhole or
Plus
something.
2, so 4 damage. Yeah, Sakoshi's down to 2 HP
I'm
and
gonna worship.
worshipping. Yeah, there you
Yeah,
go.
gonna push him out. So that illusion cannot be there, but okay.
Nope, you can't place the illusion there. Okay.
And the activation and push him out here.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, there you
I think
go.
this is a pretty good position for Justabeater getting that second point on Skytime Master.
Mm. And as you said, so it's just, I mean, it's just an easy attack with the outsider, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you don't flip a -1, I didn't have a look if
And
there's
he
any
will get to
-1
he will
modifier
get to
there.
push up that lane as well. So, or no, he will not. The lane will be actually pushed kind of far.
Yeah, tape. We resolved it. Yes, still
Oh,
okay. Lead with a 0?
yeah, he flipped the psychic shield. So
Ouch.
he will just tie the lane with Doomies there using his one rocket ammo.
Oh god.
Oh man, you hate to
Didn't
see it.
didn't deal a single damage to the tower. Wow.
I mean, I'm sure Justin Bieber is celebrating hard right now on that one.
Absolutely. Okay, lane number 2 is going to become a threat for Justabeater, actually. Yeah, that's a lot of minions.
It's
2, 4,
actually
7.
quite hard for Lord to get all the way. Lord actually can't get all the way there.
He
I think
can,
he
he
can't get
can.
in range.
You.
So he spawns next to a friendly minion.
Oh, yes, you're right. Wait a second. 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Yeah, he can't. He can't kill Sakashi off the board. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you for sure want to defend lane number 2. So kick one of Mokebas minions off the board. Spawn a new. Okay, you don't want to do
Oh,
this?
okay.
Interesting. Hmm.
He might have a wind blast in hand, and he's not that worried about it. Maybe.
Or another Soul Scream?
Mm-hmm.
Hello, RG. Welcome to the show. Yeah, Sakashi serving as the meat shield, I see. About as useful as he's going to get.
Hey, he's killed 2 illusions this game. All right, he's putting in the work.
He has killed 2 illusions and a minion by using his warship action against Haborat.
That's the power.
This is the power. Yeah, defense siege. Yeah, makes sense. Tape. Yeah, it's easier to push lane number 1 control token, 1 hex, and don't get into danger of losing a tower HP. While you can at the same time spawn a minion and yeah, just beam it over to lane number 2. Yeah, makes sense.
So both players shuffling their decks here and discarding some cards.
Oh.
Psychic Shield discarded by Justabeater here, but he's got the full 7 ready to go.
Yeah, and a nearly full hand on Mokeba's side with 6 cards actually.
You know, I had kind of thought with both these players stockpiling so many cards going into that last round, so many lead from decks, that we were going to have a pretty explosive round 3. And then I think we saw like 5 1-mana cards come out. And that was basically it.
Yeah, pretty exciting. Okay, so round number 4, 4 mana there. Sakoshi with a near-death experience. Kuti is still off the board until round number 5, which is pretty valuable for Mokebas. If he somehow gets to win the dome, I mean, he has the advantage of having 4 heroes instead of 3 on Justabeater's side. So you can just jump into the dome if you
Mhm.
let somehow Sakoshi survive. That's the big quest here.
Yeah, yeah. And he does have Doomies as well, so even if Sakoshi goes down, he's got kind of the quote unquote presence advantage.
Oh yes, yeah, there are 2 pillars that could be pretty helpful so that Doomies can do, let's say, the minion presence play there. So yeah,
Hmm.
this could actually happen. Might actually depend on positioning. Yeah.
Yeah, playing around shaders is definitely part of the game needed here. So it looks like Shadris is got the activation token. No. I think that's just left over. Akla has the activation token here. Gonna go first. Let it rip.
Okay. Let's see. Skirmish. Targeting Haborat.
Okay.
+3. Nice flip against the hero. Was it an ultimate?
It was a psychic shield.
Psychic shield.
And a dragon punch out of Akla. Okay, that's hype.
Okay.
Gonna go ahead and get all 5 of them here, or all 3 of them. Jeez.
Mm. Yeah, he will deal quite some damage. So
It's
5.
+2.
Yeah. Interesting.
This is a pretty good turn. He's got good chunk of damage. I don't know if he's going to be able to kill any of those heroes. Maybe he can really focus fire into Habarat this round and get him out of there. Try and secure the Skytear Master, but good start.
Yeah. Yeah. Dead heroes can't lead, so there could be a reasonable way to follow.
And leaves to defend Siege. Okay.
Okay. Wow.
Now that I'm not sure about. I guess like it's
Yeah, that's phew. Wow. Is he that confident with Doomies then? To get into the dome and get the dome just with Doomies? I don't know.
yeah, I mean he has to defend it. Siege is off the table.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, control token 1 is in neutral position, so you will need another turn. And Justabeater is just 1 turn away to win by a Skytime Master.
He might have a sinkhole to pull him back in and kind of try and maybe get Justimeter to invest a little bit less in the dome, try and sneak it out at the end. But yeah, that's a little strange to me.
Yeah, RG and Tape are providing us with a lot of question marks there, around 10 to a dozen. Right after that movement out of the dome with Akla. Yeah, is he afraid of blades of lightning? That's a good question, RG. We didn't see
Acrobatics.
we didn't see
Yeah.
that being flipped. Okay, acrobatics again with Habarat. So he's fast and dangerous, actually. Closing into Akla. 2, 3, 4. However,
Yeah, RG could be very well correct on this fear here.
warship,
Yeah.
warship. Where is he going to move that illusion?
So this will mean that Akla or Habara is stuck invested outside the dome.
Hmm. And he put that illusion inside a dome to prevent it from being kicked off the board, maybe? Concede the dome and make a threat to damage both towers they resolve before Skytime must arrive. Yeah,
Dragon
that's
Punch.
true, but lane number 1 is in a neutral position. Yeah, oh, Dragon Punch. Yeah, wow. Okay, this
So
is
I don't believe he'll get the bonus attack damage, but he will get a big move off of this Habara attack, I believe.
this time?
He'll get to
Yes.
hit Akla and move 3.
Yeah, you're going to hit 1, 2, 1, 2.
Oh, never mind. Oh my god, that's big. denies the move. It's going to leave Habrat stranded outside the dome.
It was played by Hokusai,
Oh.
right? Triumph of the Wild
The Triumph was played by Akla using his remaining man.
by Akli.
It was by Hokusai, yes,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
it's
because
line of
there's no
sight.
line of sight. Yeah, you may remove an
Yeah,
illusion in line of sight. The caster gets +1 armor. Okay,
so
so
gets a solid 5 damage onto Akla and kills 3 minions, but does not get back into the dome.
that's huge.
Yikes.
Hmm. Yep. Yeah, illusion. I also think illusion doesn't boost the attack because it's Dragon Punch and you don't have a certain target there. So that's what is missing.
Hmm.
Yeah, he's not attacking Akla. Yeah,
Yeah, similar to like
he's attacking
you don't
hexes.
don't gain the attack.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, wow, nice. And he has to stay in lane. Okay, interesting. Interesting. Did Mokebas see that coming somehow? Was this a bait uh
That'd be insane.
to get Haburot out into lane number 2? That would be crazy, yeah. Actually.
We are seeing now. I don't know who he's activated. Thought I had seen him put the token on Sakoshi, but I was mistaken.
Yeah, I was thinking so too. He was hovering over Sakoshi, but I think it might be too early. Um, I mean, it depends on what he has in hand, actually. He's down to 4 cards. Justabeater is down to 5 cards. Yeah. So, what are you going for? You either need to win twice in a row the dome, or you need to deal at least the damage now to tower number 2, and you need to
And win
win
tower number 1.
without losing the dome, which is pretty difficult at the same time.
Yeah. I mean, that the siege demands are basically to win all 3 lanes.
Yeah.
It's probably
Skirmish.
too tall in order.
He's slowed,
Move.
so yeah, he can't get that
Oh,
far.
just for damage on Habarat.
Aberrat
I
is
hate to see that.
down to 10. Yeah, I mean, you're not even in a control position, right? You're too far away from
Yeah,
control token number 2.
yeah.
Gotta
And I
boost
mean,
this.
with you not winning anything this round, I feel like activating Sakoshi so early, and basically removing him from the game after he dies is going to be pretty rough. It's probably an activation you need to save for later.
Yeah, I don't think that you want to. Do you want to kill Sakashi right now? I don't think so. Because he's just in the middle of nowhere. He doesn't even count for a control. So
Yeah, that's true.
why would you like to kill him? It's a waste of action points there, actually.
Yeah, but for someone like Shadris or Shafathi, who's going to probably want to move, attack, and skirmish back into the dome, it's possible. Though the risk is that you get trapped outside by a sinkhole.
Oh yes. Oh yes, yeah. Oh,
Oh, but he's going for it.
why? So
Okay, the
now
attack.
please
Does he have the
Sakashi,
sinkhole?
yeah, play that sinkhole and keep him outside there in that. Why?
Just another dodge.
Okay,
Now he's
this.
in influence range.
Yeah, okay, that's okay now. That's valid. But still, I would have liked, let's say, I would have loved to see a sinkhole and keep Shadris outside in that lane. Wow, that would have been awesome.
I mean, to be fair, I think we all would always love to see a sinkhole.
Yeah. Some people hate it. And Sakoshi's
Oh my
down to
gosh.
1 HP.
Oh, oh my gosh. Well, now he's gonna lose the dome. So we're gonna go to a round 5, win the
Uh,
dome or nothing.
this is
Oh my goodness.
wow. This turn 4, this round 4 changes everything here.
Yeah,
There you
incredibly
go. Yeah,
strange.
just
Doomies is double loaded. He's
yeah,
ready to go.
ready to
I
go
think
into the
he should
dome.
save those minions. I think he needs to save those minions somehow. Because he can win the dome just with Sakoshi or with Doomies and Hokusai sticking
Oh,
in.
he could move. Let me see. He could move right adjacent to the Lord of the Ancestors, between a lot of the Ancestors and the tower, and then he's 4 hexes away from one of the pillars. Okay, never mind.
Okay, he's got it. And he's worshiping? Oh, he wants to shoot the rocket. Here we go. I'm
Shoot a
not sure
rocket?
what got into him with wanting to kill Hokusai so badly.
Haburat. You mean
Or
Haburat?
Habarat, yeah, Habarat. I don't exactly know where the fury for Habarat came from, but
Yeah, it's
I'm
like
appreciating it.
revenge. I want my revenge on all that damage. I don't know. He's only down to 5 HP. Hmm.
Well, this I don't. That was after the. Did he choose not to send the rocket for
Yeah, I
some
would assume
reason?
so. He's now leading.
Ah, yeah, he took it back and led. Gotcha. Use your buttons, guys.
Leading from deck. It's yeah, RG. Uh, will you meet with Kirito there? Give him a hug. Back to bathroom jokes. Here we go.
Also, yeah, this is definitely just a strange turn.
Yeah, so Shafati moving
All
into
sorts of weird stuff.
yeah, moving into lane number 2. Quick shotting away minion. Skirmish probably back into the dome. Yes, no, yes, no, yes, no.
Back into the dome. He's after Sakoshi.
Yeah, okay. There you go. Good night,
Finally
Sakoshi.
dead.
Yeah. So we won't see Sakoshi back in the game, actually.
That man soaked like 4 or 5 actions just trying to
Wow,
get him killed.
that's awesome. I mean, that's a big use. As I am
We'll
talking
see if
about
that's worth
Ryan,
not having him though.
he's messaging me. So Kirito's messaging me actually when I talk about him.
So much weirdness. Well, Hokusai's free to go and do as he pleases. I get probably go and try and kill Habarat if this round is any indication.
Whoa. So will we see a flashback?
I mean, I don't think we've seen it so
What's
far, and this really does seem the best time to let it out. Like
what's
maybe bait Habarat out of the dome
what's happening?
or Hokusai out of the dome, and then flashback to get in and win it.
Okay, Hogosai might be he's worshipping on Haburat. Did deal some damage, so Haburat is down to 2 HP. And that
Gets him with the
should
attack.
be a dead Haburat, and we won't see.
What?
Strike terror.
Let's go.
Strike terror. You crazy.
Oh my goodness.
Strike terror. So
Brings him
-3
to
attack.
1. Wow. That's crazy.
Aberrat is still in game, baby.
All this fight for this lane. And there's the flashback coming out, of course.
Uh,
So I think Justabeater goes in and tries to win the dome here.
yeah, you position him adjacent to the illusion, right? So that's awesome. You're already adjacent to your target. I mean, yeah, Doomies is at
This is pretty good.
16. Is there a way
Hmm.
to push Doomies outside?
I don't know, but he did lead from deck, so maybe you just try to hit that 3 and hope that he doesn't got it.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's not enough to take the win, I think.
Hmm.
Attack the,
Attacking. Oh,
yeah,
attacking the
for sure,
pillar.
for sure.
Yeah,
You attack the pillar and then the the minion will stay on Doomies actually.
yeah. And so he leads first, then he goes and attacks the pillar. So he's got 2 lead from decks on Shafati here.
Oh, that's awesome.
One of them predicted, so presumably a 3. That's pretty big. Mokebas a little confused about the double
So,
leads.
okay, wait a second. My cell phone just uh had some lag, so I couldn't follow the chat, and the chat is exploding.
Whew, there goes. And it wasn't even, it was a 1. That's going to be a Skytear Master for Justabeater.
Yeah,
What a what a strange ending.
that's absolutely a strange ending. Okay, chat was exploding. What is? Oh, lol. Never mind. Boom. Kill the pillar and lead from hand. Yeah. Nice tips there, gentlemen. Who did expect a Skytier Master in turn to happen in turn number 4
They
and
could
to end
have
the game like
predicted that, but they could not have predicted this game.
yeah, GG. So okay, then I suppose if I find my mouse cursor, here it is. We jump into the voice chat and have a small talk to them.
Wait, I don't want to talk in public
Hello,
with
you
my
are talking in
poor
public.
English. Hello.
Guys,
Hello.
just to relay the chat here, Strike Terror. Who plays
Yes,
that card?
it's great, right?
Yeah,
But I just run a one of. I figure like it could stop someone from killing a minion or keep someone alive. Especially since like all my people have no armor most of the time. So I don't know. I think a one of is reasonable.
yeah, makes sense.
But
I
yeah,
almost needed with this card, but I was too confident.
uh,
And I still could have killed from inside the dome
yeah,
with no time to response. But
with the Dragon Punch, yeah.
Yeah.
Nupten is very tricky. I hate Nupten. And then thinking about the cards, the ultimate, so it was unexpected for me.
yeah. It was really close. The Sakoshi
Yeah.
was kind of messed up my plans. I wasn't planning on committing so hard to the lane. I thought I was just gonna one shot him, but
Yeah,
guess not.
you had to
It was very
use
interesting.
yeah, you had to use a lot of action points to kill Sakashi off the board. It was pretty consuming, I think. So there was a really good play there from Mokebas to somehow, I don't know, bait you out into the lane, dodge away, if that was your target there.
Yeah, I was figuring like since I was down a hero, I wouldn't win this round, so I just set up for next round and make him down a hero. But then I also figured once he brought Doomies into the dome, I knew I could bait him out of the dome by just all-inning on Takoshi and he'll feel safe, which ended up happening. He took Hokusai out, so worthwhile gamble, I think.
Yeah.
It's a gamble. And Flashback is a real powerful
Yeah.
ultimate in every game, yeah.
Yeah, and we had kind of been eyeing it up since the start of turn 3, thinking, I don't think we've seen that card flip yet. And just wondering when it was going to happen, pretty much. And that was a great use of it.
This was a very bad luck in the end of last round when I leaded with Psych Shield. I just have
Yes.
2 Psych Shields in my deck, and one was in my hand, one of them. So I still had this card in my hand. The end of activation, I thought, should I Shield Slam another minion for guarantee, or should I take the risk? It's uh, low probability to flip this card, the
Yeah.
only one.
Yeah. Yeah, totally.
So this time I gave up of Siege. And there's another problem. Siege only activates in the end of the minion's turn, right? So the Skyter Master should activate first.
No, I think Siege would activate
Siege does work first.
Yeah.
You might be
Yeah.
thinking of Invasion, which happens at the end.
Ah, yeah. Oh,
Invasion happens at the
right.
end, yes. Yeah, so Mokebas, you were going after Siege generally in the game?
I was trying to Siege. That was my first.
Yeah.
My
First.
first idea, my first strategy. But I don't know.
It's a
Just
hard victory condition for sure.
this,
Yes. Yes.
yeah,
So
and he has a bad look against Siege, right? Your historic with Siege, losing by Siege is is something
yeah,
funny.
yeah,
So I'm
that's
curious if either of you ever thought at any point of trying to pivot and go for hunting for power there, as it kind of looking at the end of round 2, it was a little unsure what victory conditions seemed super achievable.
I personally wasn't thinking about it at all. Feel like 19 armor or 19 health and 1 armors, in my opinion, kind of hard for my team to deal with. Like, I have to commit Habra and Shafathi to going for that, and then he could always just yoink it away if I don't kill it, because he has a lot of armor reduction and piercing with Hokusai and even Doomies with the piercing mark. So I figured that would be more of a secondary for him. I think this game was just, or at least from my standpoint, I was always gonna go for Sky Tear Master. Because he's he has way more better wave control with Doomies and Sakoshi ult and Hokusai ult. So I wasn't really focusing on that. And I figured if we go into Dome Brawl, he has 2 squishy marksmen, and they'll just melt. So
yeah. It was a pretty close game, really interesting, and yeah, sometimes the flips don't happen that you need, and then you need to change the victory condition you're going for, and that's pretty difficult in such a game state or situation. To head over to something new. So I think Siege is generally an interesting victory condition, but still, yeah, can be pretty difficult to achieve, as you have to deal with 2 lanes, and in this case, not to lose against Skytear Master at the same time. I think that's pretty hard. And on the other side, defend this all the time is also hard, and winning Skytear Master. So we were thinking about hunting for power just for another option, but also had the thought that with a lot of the ancestors, it's pretty difficult because of the health points, the armor, and the movement. So you can just run away with the outsiders. So that couldn't have been on your main list to go for. So yeah, either Skytear Master or Siege. Okay. We still have one certain question for Mokebas there. I don't know if you want to talk about this. Um, we saw a pretty interesting picture from you.
Oh,
So maybe you wanted
well,
to just give us a thought about this. Going to
that
put it
was
on screen.
fantasy and the most popular uh, festival, Brazilian festival, the Carnival. So one of the days, some years ago, I went to a party using that fantasy, that song. But uh, it was uh, another strategy of intimidation.
Perfect.
The name of my deck, Hellstorm,
Okay, yeah.
my picture with the horns. I was
Yeah.
trying to intimidate him.
Yeah, awesome. Awesome. I
Okay,
want
I love it.
if in real tournaments, live tournaments, in real life are going to happen again, I want you to get into that costume in one of the tournaments just to bait your opponents.
Uh,
That would be awesome. Okay. Um, Matthijs, any more questions to the participants?
No, it was a wonderful game, though, guys. It was super, super interesting. I mean, as casters, we're always trying to predict and trying to understand what's going on as we're kind of viewing it from the outside. And this one was like giving my brain a workout, just trying to understand your guys' plays. It was great,
Yeah, we had a
especially all the
lot of
mind
fun here.
games.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun here predicting what your next moves would be. So it was pretty entertaining. Thanks for that. Yeah, any last thoughts from you, Justabeater or Mokebas?
No, I think it was
I'm
just a
thinking a
great
lot
game.
of things, but I don't think I am able to explain what I'm thinking
No
because my
problem.
English doesn't work.
No problem.
But I think that was a really good game. I thought about Siege in the beginning of the game, but I had to change it. And Hunting for Power was never. Uh, I never considered it to win using by hunting for power because I cannot cause a lot of damage at once. If I had another heroes or I don't know, if I hit him and he runs and hit him again, he runs to a place that I cannot defend the outsider. And Nupten used to have a lot of power cards that cause damage uh, straight to the target.
Mhm.
Which I cannot defend him. This just works for the caster. So I was afraid that that Justin could win by hunting for power. When I won the middle, when I won the dome, I put him here just to hide him and try to push this lane. I had to change my decision because I didn't remember he was a melee, just to hit a minion that was here. But I want to keep the outsider away from him, but I was not going to, I wasn't trying to do hunting for power. So I thought I could win for if I won this in this round, the middle, for Skyter Master, because I have Doomies to improve my control, and maybe a draw, and I killed heroes and I would damage this tower. In the draw conditions, I would win, I think.
Okay.
Did you understand what I
Yeah,
said?
absolutely, absolutely. Nice. Thanks for that
Thank
insight.
you.
Okay, so then on behalf of the participants and the casters here, we wish you a nice afternoon, evening. Stay tuned for the next upcoming Scotty Sundays as we are going to provide you with more content related to the No Hero Left Behind League. So, yeah, stay tuned. Have a nice evening. Bye bye.